You're in a seat already, but make sure that you have a comfortable seat. For me, that means bringing my hips higher than my knees. What that will create for you is some access to mobility in the spine. So when your hips are lower than your knees, you tend to sit on your tailbone and on the spine. Hips lifted a little bit higher with a block or even some towels will be able to lift up so that you can sit on your sit bones, which is part of the pelvis, and then alleviate the pressure from your spine. So find that seat for yourself. Then once you're ready, sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in, stretch your arms all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, release your right fingertips to the ground and let your left hand cover your right ear completely. And allow the weight of your left hand to be relaxed. So you're not pushing or pulling on your head, you're just dropping dead weight of your arm. And that should be enough to create a little bit of a counter pull. Stretch through your right fingertips to draw your right shoulder blade and head of your shoulder away from your ear. And then once you're here, notice the sensation of the muscles of the side of your neck lengthening. And allow a deep breath to complement the sensation. And as you hold and breathe, you can explore this posture by just rotating your chin a little bit closer to your armpits. And you'll feel the stretch go into the back of your neck closer to your spine. Or you can rotate your chin up towards the ceiling and you'll feel the stretch wrap around the throat. Take a few more big breaths here. Inhaling from your belly all the way up to your collarbones, all the way up to the sensation of stretch in your neck. And as you exhale, just soften your whole body while maintaining integrity of your spine. Take one more deep breath. And then gently release your left hand. Let your head come up through center. Take a big breath in, stretch your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, left fingertips come towards the floor. Cover your left ear completely with your right hand. Create a little bit of activation. Reach your left fingertips down to help pull your left shoulder away from your ear. And again, your right hand is just heavy. Heavy hand, heavy arm, even your right shoulder is relaxing down, so there's space at the right side of your neck. Let the sensation of breath meet the sensation of the muscles lengthening. And then once there's an awareness there which helps focus the mind, then just start to create a little bit of refining movements. Rotate your chin down. Swivel your chin up. And if you find a space that seems like it's carrying a little bit more tension, I encourage you to just stay in that space. Stay and see if you can soften your reaction to it. So often I find myself clenching my jaw or tightening up my forehead. And so just relaxing the reaction will help to relax the root tension of the stretch. One more full breath. And release your hand. Let your head just float up through center. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Push out through the heel of your hand and then pull your belly button and your ribs towards your spine as you round your back. Allow your chin to drop towards your chest and broaden your scapula away from your spine. With an inhale, push your sit bones down and lift your palms up towards the ceiling. And then release your hands. Grab your left wrist behind you. Bring your left wrist to the outside of your right hip and anchor it there with a flexed palm. So you're just holding your left hand at your right hip to help draw your left shoulder down. Take your right hand and bring it around. I don't want to cover the mic here, but bring it around your left collarbone. You can bring it on top or right below, but you're going to use your right hand as a way to create a little bit of an oppositional pull. Again, it won't be super forceful with your hands, but you'll just let the weight of your hand drop in towards your chest with a gentle in and dropping down sensation. Let your right ear tilt towards your right shoulder. And then relax your jaw and relax your tongue. Again, little movements with your chin will further refine the posture. You'll start to really work into different spaces of the muscles, and you might feel a distinction between a small adjustment. One more deep breath. Release your right hand. Bring your left hand from behind your back. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Push out through the heel of your hand once again. Round your spine, chin to chest. Stay relaxed around the sides of your neck as you push out and strengthen even more through your core. Lengthen your side waist as you lift your chest and your arms to the ceiling. And interlace your fingers behind your back. Move your right wrist to the outside of your left hip. You might create a little bit of a twist in your spine to get there, but once you do, then bring your spine back to neutral. Your right shoulder will be slightly internally rotated. And then take your left hand, place it somewhere around the collarbone, so you have you can use your collarbone actually as a little bit of an anchor for your hands. And allow the weight of your left hand to drop in and down. And then left ear tilts over towards your left shoulder. And a small movement that I like to create is to think of reaching your jaw, the right side of your jaw, away from your right collarbone. And so you start to create this line, oppositional pull from the muscles that go from the collarbone all the way up to around the jaw, around the back of your ear. You can part your back teeth and soften your tongue and see how all of those little movements will affect the posture. And once you find that space that is the most sensational for you, use the sensation to help anchor your mind. Expand your awareness to include your breath. Take one more big breath. And without much effort, just unravel your arms, let them come by your side, lift your head up through neutral. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your elbows splay out wide and then push the back of your head into your hands. You might feel this strengthens the back of your neck a little bit, and that's okay. As you push the back of your head into your hands, elbows open out wider and your shoulder blades hug in towards your spine. So you're creating all of this space at the front body by contracting the back body. Breathe into the opening. And with an exhale, pull your elbows in so that your forearms surround your head, tuck your chin to your chest, and then slowly begin to roll down like you're moving one vertebra at a time. Roll down until you just meet sensation. So none of these postures really have an end point, but it's up to you to be in that listening space with your body. Know where you need to hold and where your work is. You can stay up high, just flexing through your neck, or you can continue to roll down and bring your elbows closer to the hip creases. And if you're not sure, that's when you just create little motions within the spine or within the posture, like you're coiling and uncoiling.
And you go slow enough, and you'll be able to feel where you need to hold. Keep the weight of your arms relaxed so you're not overly pulling on your head. And with this posture, see if you can work your breath into the back body. So you're breathing so big with the front body contracted, your breath will rebound and expand your back ribs, expand the space between your shoulder blades. Maybe you can even breathe in slow and long enough that it feels like your inhale is expanding the back of your neck to the base of your skull. Curl yourself all the way up. One vertebra at a time, no rush. Push the back of your head into your hands. Open your elbows out wide. Breathe into the opening across your chest. And then come back to a neutral spine and release your hands down. So one more stretch. This will be a neural stretch. So it will open up the lines of the nervous system that run from your fingers all the way up to your neck. You'll feel it in different places depending on where you're tight. So start by extending your right arm all the way out to the right, and then flex your right palm as if you're pushing your palm into a wall. Look at your right arm. So you want all the joints lined up. So not that your shoulder's rolling forward or your elbow is kinked, but everything is one straight line. Shoulders back, elbow is straight. Flex to the heel of your hand. Once you have that straight line, then slowly rotate your chin to center. And then rotate your chin over your left shoulder. And so the 2 points that are pulling away from one another, your chin is reaching over your left shoulder to the left, and your right fingers and the heel of your hand are reaching out to the right. Exaggerate the movement of flexing your palm and reaching your chin to the left. You might feel it in the joints, in your knuckles or your elbow. You might feel it in the muscle, like around the meat of your thumb or your bicep or pectoral muscle. Again, use this sensation to help anchor your mind into the present moment. And then breathe into the sensation as if your breath was just creating a gentle massaging movement into these tight spaces. And take one more big breath, filling up from your belly all the way up to your collarbones. And as you exhale, you mindfully release. Draw your chin back to center. Relax your palm and let your right arm just drop down beside you. Switch sides to the left arm. Extend your left hand. Flex your palm. Check that you're not reactively scrunching up your shoulder. Drop your shoulder back and down. Lengthen through your elbow. And again, that flexion at the palm and at your wrist is really what's going to create that end range pull in one direction. So you look at it to see that you're aligned. Chin to center. Chin to the right. And you continue to create this oppositional line of energy, like your chin is reaching out over your right shoulder. Keep your spine and your chest neutral. Take 3 more breaths here. Mindfully release as you swivel your chin to center. Relax your left hand down, chin to your chest, and just roll in front here. Left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder without doing the full circle. And just check in with how your neck feels now after giving it some attention and some love.